Hello and welcome to our Calculoid webinar. The topic of today's webinar is calculators for health professionals. As you know, we offer a service of creating custom and a product of creating web calculators for professionals in various fields. So if you have a look at our website, you can see here examples of some calculators from various fields such as finance calculators, ROI calculators, translation quote calculators, etc. And today we will have a look at health and medical calculators and BMI calculators. However, before we start, for those who don't have a Calculoid website account with us yet, just to give you an idea. So if you can sign up for free, or you can go for one of our paid plans that you will find on our pricing page. So as you can see, we offer a free plan where you have unlimited number of public calculators with monthly views for up to 500. And then if you want some private calculators, as in that no one else can copy your calculators, or like copy them and customize them for themselves, meaning using your ideas, then you go for a professional plan where you also have slightly higher number of monthly views for your calculator. And then we also have e-commerce, where you increase the monthly views and you get more private calculators. And then we have high traffic. If you have a website with high traffic, this is the best plan for you. So this is where you can sign up for your account. And for those who have an account, you already know how this works. So first of all, so as I said, you can find some examples of our calculators on our website. And you can also find a bit more information about the product itself, such as that we have interactive calculators for your websites. It's easy to use, so anyone can basically build the calculators, and you can get your calculator online in just a few clicks by copying and pasting the HTML code and embedding it on your website. And you can use things such as formulas, sliders. You can even use online payments or submission of results of the client, etc. So basically, the calculators can really provide a better quality service to your clients, and they can increase the performance of your website as well, because with our calculators, you'll be able to catch leads, to get contact details from your clients, to send them and give them quotations, and also process payments straight away in your calculators. So firstly, one of our most visited and used actual calculators is the BMI calculator. We have various actual BMI calculators, and most of them are actually copied from the main one. And you can see here, so for those in health feed, they know what BMI is. So it's body mass index that actually gives us an idea what kind of health state we are in. Of course, there is a whole thing about whether body mass index is objective or not, etc. Let's leave that aside because it's still a big part of health and well-being field. So we know that for counting body mass, we need your weight, your height, and then it gives you an idea of what your body mass. And then, of course, over here, we have some explanation for the result you get, and you can send the results to your clients as well. So this is one example of a body mass calculator. Let's actually try to create a body mass index calculator ourselves. So once you have your account set up and you log into your account, you can go to your calculators, and there's a button over here, create a new calculator. So let's call it webinar BMI calculator. Count your BMI, and we will leave language as English, and we can put various text. Of course, that one we can also change later. So you can put things such as BMI, health, well-being, etc. and we'll save our configuration. And then we get on our main page. So as you can see, we have here tabs such as add, where we add the fields for the calculator. Then we'll be able to edit the fields as well. Then we can configure the calculator and we can integrate it on our website. So what we will do today is we will actually have a look at how to build the calculator. So as we said, one of the main things that we need for calculating body mass index is actually our weight. So there are many ways we can actually get the weight from our clients, such as we can use a slider, or we can use a text field where they simply have to type their weight. Let's use a slider because it simply looks nicer. So we have slider over here. We have edited, and now let's edit our slider. So we will call our slider weight, and we want to display the name of it. If we wouldn't want, we just untick it and the name disappears. And we want to display the field to public, natural, because we need to get the results. So we want also to add postfix, which is actually what will appear after the number. In our case, we will actually count it. We'll do it in kgs. You can put pounds, anything you need. And then we will go to the slider settings over here, and we will add minimum value, which can be 0 or natural, because no one can really be 0, even when they are size 0. So you can change it. But we can leave here 0 for now, and we can put the maximum value, let's say 200. Step means that it will be changing one by one. So when you move to the next point, it's just changing by 1. It's not like changing by 10, etc. And default value. So let's say it can be average that people weigh, so it can be 60, 70, 80, etc. We can put 75, which means that when the calculator opens, it'll start on 75, and people will be able to drag it from here downward or upward. And that's it. If you wanted to adjust our calculator, we can, our slider, the appearance, we can actually increase the font, the size of the font of the field name, which is the weight, or we can increase the number over here. We can also change the background color or the font color. But for now, let's leave it like this. But as you can see, you can actually choose the colors over here. So that's the first field we need for our body mass index calculator. So we are done with weight. Then we know that we will need our height as well, because body mass index is actually weight divided by height square. So we are done with editing our field. Let's go back to add, and let's click on slider again. And click over here to edit it. So our slider name in this case will be height. We want to display the name. We want it to be displayed to public. Our postfix, in this case, we'll have it in centimeters. Or if you want, you can have it in meters. You can have it in feet, whichever one works for you. And let's go to slider settings. So our minimum value, because here we can be 100% sure that no one is just 0 centimeters. Let's put 100, and our maximum value, let's put 250. But it's up to you. You can make it 200, 180, whatever. Step we leave, default value, so just some kind of average height. And also it depends on your target audience. So if you know that your target audience on your website are men, then you can put default value as 185. If it's women, I would suggest to go slightly lower. Let's stay somewhere in between, and let's put 175. So as you can see, that's our default, where it will defaultly show. And as I said, you can also adjust the appearance over here. So we have our weight, we have our height. Now we need something that will actually count the result for us. And for that, we will use our formula field. So we insert our formula field. By the way, just to let you know, you can also actually adjust the size of the field itself simply by dragging it. So if you wanted these two to be next to each other, we can move them around. We can adjust the size and we can put it this way. Okay, that's up to you how you wish for it to look. So let's edit our formula field. So here we can call it result, we can call it your body mass index, anything you want. Let's call it result at the moment. So we know that actual prefix is something that will show before the value. And it does not necessarily has to be like kg or currency or percentage. It can actually be text as well. So we can change the text to your BMI is, and then the result will show. And now it's time to actually create our formula. Or we can also, the result over here, it actually does not have to show. So we can just untick it. And then we can also increase the size of our results over there. Okay, so we have increased the font size. And let's actually create a formula so it counts a result for us. So, as I said, BMI is counted by weight divided by height over height squared. Let's just save the calculator just to make sure that all changes we have done have been saved. And let's check if everything is there. And let's create the formula. So now we see that all the three fields that we have inserted in the formula are actually showing for us over here, which means that we don't have to be writing the IDs of the fields. We can just use these fields just by clicking on them. So we insert weight first, and then we'll divide it. And then because it has to be height in meters, so there are several ways to do it. You can, for instance, we can put a bracket over here, and we can insert our height in our bracket. And because we know we actually want the result of the height to be in meters, then we'll divide it by 100. Excuse me, 100. And then we need it square. So you can either insert here like multiplied by the same thing, height divided by 100, or we can do it this way. So, and now we can actually already see. So once you click on run the formula, if your formula is correctly written, it will straight up give you a result. If we actually adjusted our formula, let's say that I put a bracket, just add a bracket. This is very useful, especially if you actually create really long formulas. So now when we run the formula, this window opens and it will tell us that there is something wrong, such as unmatched bracket over here. So let's delete the bracket we don't need and run it again, and we have the right result. And we can also, so now the people, they actually can see, they can see what the BMI is, but at the moment they can't be quite sure what actually BMI means or what the number means. So we should be able to give them some kind of explanation for the results they got. And for that, we can use our HTML field. So let's add HTML field. And we can call it BMI explanation or anything. So let's just, we don't even have to, we have to put the name, but we don't have to display it. BMI or legend or anything. Let's just put BMI. And then in the HTML content, that's where we will actually add the explanation, the text. So I have already copied some text from Wikipedia, and we can just use it over here. So we can see that the BMI gives them an idea if they are in the range between 0 to 15, 15 to 16, etc. Of course, there are various classes, there are some people use it like more generic, as in, like between 0 to 18, it's underweight, 18 to 24 is fine, 25 to 30 is overweight, and whatever. So you can make it more generic. It's completely up to you. And you can, as you can see, you can make it bold, italic, underline, you can put bullets, you can put numbers, etc. You can also actually do the styling in HTML code over here, or you can switch it up. And again, you can adjust the appearance. As we can see, we have the text is actually quite long, so it's not fitting in the field properly. So we just have to adjust the field. So just by dragging the edge of the field, we make it bigger. We can also move the field. So if we want it on this side, we can move it over here. We can adjust this piece, or we can move it under this one, and we can use the space on our right for gouge. So just make sure that we are saving this calculator. And let's just add a bit of a visual piece to our calculator. So we can use this for our purpose of BMI, just to give people a bit of idea. So just to edit, of course, we can also make the field bigger, and we can also adjust it so it actually fits on the side over here. So let's just make it longer. Or we can keep some space, and then we can add send result field, etc. So in our configuration, we can display it. So first of all, we have to choose what kind of value it's supposed to be displaying, whether it's supposed to be displaying weight, height, or this number. So we know we want to see the results over here. So we would choose our result field. You can see it automatically adjusted already to 24. You can choose the width in pixels. You can increase it, decrease it, etc. We can put 270 just to make it look bigger, or you can make it also smaller so it fits better on your page. So this way you are increasing the size of the picture itself, not just the field. And we'll put that minimum value is 0, maximum value, well, not quite 200. So maximum value, 100 you can leave, but you want to actually adjust these things so people can actually see if they're okay with their BMI, if it's like slightly overweight, etc. So those are the things that you actually want to make sure that you adjust, which is down over here. So we can see that the green starts from 20 in our case over here, and green goes to 40. So if we wanted to say that, for instance, we want green to be the healthy, so we would say that green will be from 18.5. So we'll start at 18.5, or let's just put 18, and it'll finish at 25. So, and actually the maximum over here is 40. So let's put that as our maximum so it looks better. Okay, so we have our green sorted, and then we can put yellow, can be actually the underweight. So we can put yellow, can be from 0 to 17. Okay, and then our red will be for overweight or obese. So we will start, let's put this to 18 so they meet completely. And we can start, red will be from 25, sorry, 25, over to 40. We can also add some text inside the picture as well, which can be in our case. Okay, this was not meant to happen. Let me just refresh it. Okay. So for some reason, we had 2 of them there. Anyway, you have seen how you can actually adjust the styling and the values. Let's just make sure that what we actually see over there is the result field. The results, 24. Let's not worry about the numbers for the minute. And then if you actually want your clients to be able to actually get this data in their email, or you want, when you are with a client, you can type in this data and send them the results, you would be adding send results field. So send results field means that client can insert their email address and they will get the results from our calculator. There is also of course, configuration connected with this. So you can change it to get your results in your mailbox, in your email, and then email details. So send results from email. I'll put my work email. Sender name will be Anna Calculoid. And subject can be your BMI results. You can also actually put someone in copy, which means that when the email is sent, someone else gets it as well. So that can be your colleague or another email of yours. And here's a very important piece, which is the email template. So here you'll be getting, here you want the person to be able to see the results that they actually got. So it depends on you whether you want to insert also the values that they actually input, or whether you want to insert only the result. So you would be changing. So if we wanted, for instance, so we have results of calculator name, let's insert the calculator name, and then we want it, and the result is, and here we want to insert the ID of the field. So we would just put, actually, we just want to see the value, not even the name. So it's F2654 35. And we'll type in value, which means that when the person gets the email, all they will see over here is, for instance, 24 or any other value they will, sorry, wrong number, 37. We don't want the weight, we actually want the result. So they will see this result. Sent from, we don't even need description over here, or you can add it. The description can actually be copying this field. So we can actually, so we can copy this. And you can just change the ID number. They will see that it was sent from it. They will get a URL on of the website where we have embedded, and then they will get your username, or you can just deleted, and best regards, Anna from Calculoid. Okay, and once all this is said, we can also, adjust the field. We can make this one slightly smaller. We said we don't really want to see the name over here. And now it all fits. So when you are happy with your calculator this way, then you can go to configure and you can change the name, add the description, choose the language of the calculator. You can also change the themes, so you can have dark background, gradient, etc. Just be aware that when you're embedding this on your website, usually the calculator will inherit the CSS of your website, okay? The color scheme is the same thing, so you can just play around with this. We are actually now working on bringing you even more themes and color schemes. You can add tag, and what's very important is this part is finished. Because if now we would go to our embed without clicking on yes over here. So let's open embed, and we would want to test it in a code pen. It's fetching the preview, and you can see that it says this calculator is not finished yet, only the author can access it. And that's why the reason is that we didn't say is finished. So we have to click on is finished over here. We want, if you have only our free subscription, the calculator have to be public. If you want, you can make it private, which means that no one else can copy it. Signature means that when you embed it on your website, it will say that, oh, this calculator is done by Calculoid. So you can only switch this one or hide it when you have one of our paid plans. And that's the basic you need. So once we have the finished this, yes, let's just save it again. Then we also offer some integrations for you, like Webhook, Mautic, Redmine, Easy Redmine, etc. But let's go back to our embed. And over here, you can copy the HTML code. If you copy the first one, that one will inherit the styling from your website. If you use the second one, that one has iframe, which means that it won't, because it'll be in iframe, so it won't inherit. It'll be like separated from the rest of your website, and it won't inherit the CSS styling. So it'll show the styling that you predefined in your Calculoid. So that's BMI calculator. Just to give you an idea what else you can actually create with Calculoid, you can literally create anything. But for instance, earlier today, I prepared a personal training quotation calculator where your clients would be choosing which plan they want. So if you're a personal trainer, you can be offering various plans, such as weight loss plan, tone up, or detox. And all those plans, I actually used a radio box over here. And when we click on edit, we can see that each of the option, you can have different values, but for me, for the purpose of the pricing calculation, I left the value as 1. Then they can choose a plan duration, so anything between 4 to 16 weeks. They can choose how many sessions a week they want to train. So if they want to see you as a personal trainer once a week, twice a week, up to 4 times a week. So we used sliders like in our BMI calculator. And then our price before discount is actually a formula field that takes in note all these values and a discount. So you have to think about what kind of discount you want to give the people. For me, the discount is actually based on the duration of the plan and how many sessions a week. So you can see that this is actually also a formula field. And if you edit it and go to the formula, you can see that the formula is as easy as choose a plan duration, in this case 8 weeks, multiplied by how many sessions, which gives us 16% discount. This price before discount is calculated by choose your plan, which in my case, because all of it has a value 1, does not necessarily have to be there. But just in case I decided to change the value later, as in get one of them more expensive, choose your plan duration and choose how many sessions a week. And then I added multiplied by 25, because 25 is pounds is the price I would charge per session. Okay, so if they wanted to have 2 sessions for 8 weeks, no matter what plan they would choose, it would be 16 sessions multiplied in total, multiplied by 25, which gives them the price of £720. However, I want to apply my discount that I chose for them, which is 16%. It can be anything. The discount actually can be set. It can be like 5% for everyone, or 5% for if they choose weight loss, 10% if they choose tone up, 20% if they choose detox. However, for me, I decided to do it this way, so we can see that it's actually changed when I change the variables over here. So my price is actually, your price is actually a formula field again, so where I use the previous formula that I already created, which is price before discount, and I apply the discount over here, which in my case means that I simply multiply it by the number minus the discount. So I want to multiply it actually by 84%, which means 0.84. Which means in my case, the discount is 16. I want to make it 0.16. That's why I'm dividing it by 100. So it's actually price before discount, 720, multiplied by 0.84. And you can also show them how much you saved, which again is actually how much they saved, which actually is a formula field again, which is price before discount and the end price. So you just put a minus over there, or you can actually count it from the discount as well. There are many ways you can get there. And then you can send them the results. So that works the same way as we have already showed you. You just create the email, send from, sender's name, what's the subject, and what you actually want to tell them. So you can see that here I would want them to see which plan they chose. So it would be showing the value of the first field. What's the duration? It would be showing this. What's the price? What price they are getting, and here I would put actually a link to the website where they can find the formula, the calculator, excuse me. And if you actually want the same kind of values that they put in or that you have typed in to appear in the calculator, which means that once they click on go to your website, it will be pre-filled. That can be done as well. And for that, I would suggest you go to our website where there is our latest blog that talks about this, how to actually create calculators with pre-filled values. So if you go to the bottom of our website, we have a blog, and you can see web calculators with pre-filled values, and it will give you a step-by-step guide on how to do that and how to add it to your email template. So, and once we send them, we actually want them to be able to come back to our calculator and actually pay. So we also offer payment fields, which is over here, and I've already added it. And we offer payments. You can take payments with PayPal or with Stripe. So you can put payment details such as currency, email sent from, email subject, etc. If you choose in your payment gate, PayPal. You will put your PayPal email, or you'll put your Stripe configuration. You will also have to create your email again, which means what email they will get when they actually process the payment, and you can change the appearance as well. So today we actually had a look at two kind of calculators. One of them was BMI, which we created from scratch, and then the other one was personal training quotation calculator. I really suggest that if you are looking for some quotation calculators for your health and wellness services or products, then visit our website and have a look at this blog post about pre-filled values, because it will be very useful for you. Well, should you have any questions, please feel free to use the Q&A feature on this webinar, or if you're on Facebook, just comment on this Facebook Live, and I will get back to you with the answer ASAP. Or if you come to our website and you have any questions, you can just use our chat window on our website and send us a message over there, and we'll get back to you as soon as we can. Well, thank you so much for your attention. Usually this is supposed to be 30 minutes. We went a few minutes over. I hope that's fine. And I'm looking forward to seeing you on our next webinar, which will be in 2 weeks' time. And to find out more about our webinars, well, we'll of course be sending you an email. You can also sign up or learn about our webinars on our blog. So our next, this is actually a recording from our webinar, from our previous webinar. So you will find the recording on today's webinar here as well. And to sign up for our next webinar, you can do that now. So our next webinar will be about finance calculators, and that will be July 10th at 6 p.m. of Central Europe time. And so I hope you enjoyed our webinars. Please feel free to get in touch with your questions, or should you need any help with building your calculators. So good luck with your calculators, and looking forward to seeing you soon again. Bye.